Hello, I'm Jeremy and welcome back to Jezza YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to use Tinkercad. Tinkercad is a designing website, very easy to use and it's free. So, to go into Tinkercad, you just search up Tinkercad, then you should get onto a page like this. All down here is nothing really. All that is important is this website. You click on it, then it knows me. That means it will know that this is me and this is my account. But let's say it's your first time, and it will bring you to a page like this. So you can start tinkering, or if you're at school if you're at school, then you can join your class. But for me, I'm just going to start tinkering. I'm going to create a personal account, sign up with Apple or Google. Well, for me it's sign up with Google. Then here it is, my account. Now that is exactly what you saw at the beginning, because now that I've logged onto my account, you know how to go onto it. To create a new design. So if you're new, there will be no designs, it's just plain. To create your first design, just click new design and let your imagination take over. So today I'm gonna teach you how to, the basics of creating your first design. Your first 3D design. First, we will teach you, or we will learn how to use the shapes, how to bring the shapes onto the dashboard, and all the different types of shapes. So that's related to shapes. Then we will go on to how to move around, the moving around part of the video, basically how to move around the workplane, how to zoom in and out, and how to get a 2D image of your design. Now they are basically all you need to know, and they're basically all you need to know. Or to make your experience better, we will learn how to delete we'll learn how to delete shapes, and how to copy and paste shapes. Then at the end, we'll go on to some pretty fun stuff that will be a surprise in the end. So first we're gonna be looking at where the shapes are. Now they're on the right, and there are lots and lots of shapes. Actually, there might be even 100 or more. Yeah, I bet there's hundreds of shapes. Now it might not seem like hundreds right here, but then if you look at this, that's more than 10, right? And every single one, that's more than 10 different types of subjects of shapes. And each of them have more than 10 different types of shapes. So they will be going on to their hundreds. Now that is quite a lot of shapes. So the one that we're just on is basic shapes. The roof, the sphere, the box, the round roof, the wedge, the pyramid, the half sphere. Then we'll also, now they're the basic shapes where you can make your own designs. Like this random thing that I don't even know what it is. Well, let's delete this whole thing. I'll teach you how to do that later. So there are many different things that they've already made for you, like those connectors. They've made these instead of you making a hole in the circle, putting two circles together, adding a little triangle, cutting the triangle into thin bits, then stick it in there. They made it all for you. All for you. My favourite one is Osme Hangout Space because there are so many things. So basically you can make your own room. You can make your own house. Because they're exactly the furniture that you would have in your house. Then there's features and all shapes, like there's even United States, China. There's brick walls. I don't know why it said wall 3D because all of them are 3D. So there are the different types of shapes. You can just go on and explore forever. And maybe every day, maybe a few more shapes to discover. I love discovering more new shapes. And plus, it always updates new ones, new shapes. This one's pretty cool, like popsicle sticks, tissue rolls, pencil. This one isn't sharpened. There is sharpened pencils. As you can see, it's a bit smaller. There's a penny. There is a tin can. There is milk. Yo, that's dope, man. Pretty dope. Then there is chopsticks and yogurt cups. Now we can delete this and I'll teach you how to do that later. Now that you know all the different types of shapes, we're gonna learn how to move them around and how to control the shapes. When I say control, I don't mean like they jump around and how to let them sit there, but just how to move them around. If you want to go up, you can use the arrow and move them up and down. If you want to make them longer, just click on this black square and move and drag them around. If you want to make them wider, then just use the other black square. If you want to make them higher, then use the other black square. If you want to rotate them, just look for the arrows and rotate them the way you want it to. That's a 3-axis rotation. So basically that's all the angles you can think of. Then, oh wow, okay, that's let's just get a normal box back again, a normal cube. Now that you know how to control, like going, changing the shape, changing the height, don't worry though, it's not only like just normally like this. You can also do precise measurements, like 26. If you want to make a square, then this side has to be 26 as well. And you can make them really precise so you don't need to use your own vision and your own guessing. As you can see, I use those precise measurements to get a square back again. Now obviously you can make them a lot bigger. 100. 100. Wow, that is a big square. Oh my, oh my. Okay, that's something that went down there. Hey you guys, I think I just got an idea. Whoa! Oh my. That is some pretty serious length. That is a pro. Oh my gosh. Oh my. As you can see, it is pretty accurate and pretty serious with its measurements. Now let's delete it, we don't want it. Anyway, let's go back. So now you know how to use where the shapes are, what the shapes are and how to use them. We're gonna look at the next tiny bit, which is the hole. The hole is basically cutting a hole in the solid shapes, as you can see. Now we've got our hole right there. Let's make the hole longer. No, that's not the hole. Oh, got the do. So let's make that longer. Then let's stick it right through there so it'll make a hole. You just select it all, then press the group. Then boom, we've got a hole in there. Sick, man. So now we've got a hole in there, we just don't need it. So you might need it for your designs. So now we've finished a section about the shapes. Now let's move on to rotation and like the work plane, how to move around the work plane. To move around the work plane like this, you can use the cube to just move it around. Oh my gosh. You can use the cube to move it around. And the work plane will do exactly what the cube does. But that is just the slow way, the boring way. I mean like the kind of uncontrollable way. The more controllable way is to click on the right, what is it called? The right button or the right, so this, on the mouse, then hold and, what is it? Press and hold, then just move it around. As you can see, the box is moving with the work plane. Now you might be wondering, what is the point of the box if there is no point of the box? Well, there actually is a point of the box. It's for preciseness again, like the measurements on the shapes. This is for accuracy on where you want to look at. So let's bring a cube on here. You can move it around like that, obviously, and or you can press on where you want it to be, then that will be exactly where it goes. Like exactly. If you want to completely left, then boom. Oh my, look how accurate that is. You can't even see the work plane, it's a thin line. But then, like, yo, it comes back again. So that is for preciseness. Then the right click gesture, whatever motion, is for basically a rough way of moving around, a quicker way of moving around. Now let's say you just got absolutely you just flip around the work plane so much that you don't even know where you should, that you don't even know how to go back to the front. Well, just press home under the cube, home view, then boom, it shows you back to exactly where you started with. Now you know how to rotate around the work plane. We are going to learn how to zoom in and out. Zooming in, you could press the symbol, the zooming in symbol, the button, the circular button, underneath two buttons underneath the, what is it called, the home view. Then you can zoom in and out. Yet again, this is for preciseness, but there's a more rough way of doing it. Just use the scroll the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in and out. And it is a lot quicker. I just went in the cube there. Or if you don't have a mouse, you can use a normal hand gesture for zooming in and out, which is the one that you would use for Docs or Google Docs or slides. Just like that. Just like that. So now that we've got the zooming in and out mastered, there is also a way of seeing things in 2D. It's still 3D, but like more of a 2D type. Let's just bring some shapes on here. And now this is a problem that you might encounter. You go up expecting to see everything bird's eye view, like the circle's flat, like completely flat. But you still see the 3Dness, the sides, which you don't want. Then you can click on this one, the last button, or the last circular button. Then boom, it will turn into 2D. But then when it comes to moving around the workplane, it's not really helpful. Boom. It's still the workplane, but it's just disoriented. Yo, what's wrong with this thing? Now, if you want to rotate it, I recommend bringing it back to the 3D mode. Yeah, so now you mastered how to zoom, how to look at it in 2D. That's basically the controlling workplane section finished. Now I'm gonna look onto the bonus things, like deleting shapes, deleting shapes, copy and pasting shapes, and making shapes smoother. Right, let's do this. So the first thing I want to point out is that you can just go back. I'm like, that's basically the most obvious thing. But then if you want to delete something, that is also kind of obvious. Just press the backspace key, or just do the delete symbol, which is the bin, the trash can. Then just press that, then it goes away. Or you can just press the delete key. Now that's pretty straightforward. Now I'm gonna see how to see how to copy and paste. And that isn't as straightforward. I mean, it is kind of straightforward, but there are two logos here, or symbols here. Then if you go on it, hover on it, then it shows paste, and you hover on the first one, it shows copy. Then obviously, press the copy, then press paste. Then I'll copy and paste it. If you thought that, you're absolutely right. But that's a slow way. And this time, it isn't the slow way to be more precise, but just a slow way that is just slow, no positives. So you click on it, then you would press the two sheets of paper, then the clipboard. You press that, then it copy and pastes it. Or if you know your shortcuts, copy is Control C and paste is Control V. So you can just do Control C, then Control V. Then boom, we've got it again. Flies. Now there is also a quicker way, which is basically the same thing. Instead of doing Control C, then Control V, you can just do Control C, V. I mean, that's straightforward. So now we've got that sorted out. The bonus. Yo, get away, fly. What's wrong with you? Oh no, there's still another bonus. There's the workplane, or you can click on this, then you'll change the workplane. the place of the work plane, we can just get rid of it. The shortcut is W. Then you press W, then it'll be right here. Now the whole point of the work plane tool is, you might be thinking, what is the point of the work plane tool? You've got a work plane right here already. Well, the work plane tool is if you want to change the angle, the place of the work plane. Let's say you've got something like pretty complicated here. Then you just don't want to every time just drag it up, then move it. If you don't want to do that, then you can just change the work plane. So basically every time you drag something on, it will land on the work plane. So now, yes, I know you've got it. So just get the work plane and you've changed it to up here. Now it's up here, so every time you drag something on, then it will land on the top work plane, which means you'll get it exactly at the top. You can also have it horizontally or vertically. Now to get rid of the work plane, just drag the work plane and click there. Click away from the work plane. Then you've got rid of it. Let's delete that. So yeah, now to the fun and humorous bits. A funny thing about Tinkercad is that every time you create a new project, it gives you a completely bizarre name. Like this one, it's Epic Jakes. So you can just change it to something, let's say Jezza Yang. It knows my YouTube channel, and so should you. Now that you know this YouTube channel, you should subscribe. Yeah, good idea. So now we've got Jezza Yang here. We've changed the name. Sometimes it's just really fun to just see what new name it comes up with. I think it's came up with a bizarre Cachuli Bunny Blur. I think bizarre Cachuli Blur. I think that was one of them, but it's just so crazy. Now that is not the only thing that is pretty cool. This is out of the world. Oh, what did I just do? So there's a sphere. You can change it into Minecraft. You can go into Minecraft. Then you can paste it onto there. You can change it into Lego as well. That is not a circle. But on Lego, there is different buttons here. As you can see, different buttons, clicks, whatever. Wait, put in the comments below what you were meant to call these kind of things. I used to know what they're called, but now I've totally forgot what to call them. Buttons or symbols or whatever. So the more like stairs like thing, the more stairs you have, the more bricks there is. Now on the most accurate one, the most complicated one is this. I'm like, come on, you must admit that to that is a big change. And the bigger your circle is, let's change that to 60. The bigger your circle is, the more accurate it is. So 60. Let's change that to 60. Boom, we've got 60 here. Now we can go on to Lego. Look at that. The simplest one is like the most complicated one last time. So that just goes to show the bigger your design is, the more complicated, the more accurate to your Lego conversion is. Now there's a second to the. If this is not the most complicated, I don't know what is. We're about to find out. It uses so many blocks that it needs to be hollow inside. Hang on, I'm pretty sure we can go inside. Oh yes, we're inside now. Huh? Oh yeah, we're inside the circle. Sick. That is, you must admit, that is pretty accurate for Lego. And also, if you look carefully, you can see all those different Lego. Come on. Oh my god. Lego bricks. Like these. There are these small ones, these big, these normal ones, these long ones, these square ones. So this actually could be a pretty nice, like, if you want to create something with the Lego, just create your design on Tinkercad, then change on to Lego, then you just copy what Tinkercad does and you'll have the perfect design. Now you might think that'd be a bit hard, right? Because you can't exactly see what's inside. Well, that's not the whole point of layers, but you can change the amount of layers to see how it's made. And also every single design you can 3D print. So this could be just a way of, if you want to stop there to make a bowl or something, you can do that, then you can 3D print this. So it is pretty cool. So yeah, Tinkercad is an amazing website. It supports Minecraft and Lego. And supports, let's say, Professor Silly Name website. That's not even a website, but I'm going to show you how the different designs I've done. So this is, we can throw this, we don't need that. We don't need that either. Look at that. Neat Gary's Neat Garis Lardi. It's like Indian or something. Delete. So this is a robot that I created. And this is basically one of my best designs. So this is the robot that I created, and this is all from scratch, all from these cubes. There is no robot or any of these components are in one of these features or subjects. I created this, and every single app is, every single like square thingy is a separate box. It's a separate cube. Now you might think, how did you get it round though? I mean, like, a cube's meant to be not round, right? How did you get the corners round? Well, you go on, you select a cube, then there should be radius right there. Then you can just change how many sides it's got. I mean, like, how smooth it is. I normally do 5, because it's not too sharp and it's not too round that it's a circle. I feel like after 5 everything gets circlish. Now, as you can see, I am a big fan of this 5 radius, because every single one of these shapes has a radius of 5, a radius of 5, a radius of 5, Because I just want it to be more smooth looking. Now we've paid attention to every single detail and made every single component possible to make. Because like in a real robot, you wouldn't see just an arm just floating there. There has to be something that joins those two. Now I'll use the sphere to join them. I really like zooming in, because when you zoom in, it makes your character seem like it is humongous, like it's huge. Look at that. Oh, that is not a good place to look at. Now here it is. And this is the robot. That is one of my best, what is it called, projects. Now we will turn it into Minecraft. Let's see what it does. Oh, that looks disgusting. That looks disgusting. A sponge. Let's try sandstone. Whatever. Now it's gone to Lego. Oh no, how bad would this look? That is not my design. Let's try the second to the most complicated. Okay, not bad so far. The face just ruins it. Now let's see the most complicated. I bet this won't be too bad. Okay, it's slower because it's so much more complicated. Okay, not bad, but they just get these. The mouth just looks horrible. Anyway, there's the layers. There's 55 layers. Anyway, so that is one of my most complicated products. Don't see my other most complicated. I'm not here to show off, but just give you an idea of the things you can do in Tinkercad. Look at that. Every single one of these is made of a box, a cube. I just lengthened it, then it turns into a rectangle. As you can see, 5 radius, 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 and every single thing is 5 radius. Now I pretty recommend this 5 radius thing. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You've got this. Subscribe in 3, 2, 1. Zero! Yes, you did it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!